Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last episode, Eternity Unique and I went and looked at group mode here in Games and More, and in today's episode, it's going to be actually a special episode. We're going to be taking a look at the Amiibo figures here. I did go and take one of my Amiibo figures that I did buy, which is the Mario Amiibo, and I'm going to be specifically using the Mario Amiibo for this. I'll kind of show you where you have to put the Amiibo here, with this little clip right here. It shows that you need to put the NFC chip figure on the gamepad right there. And once you put it there, it registers the character. Now, the Amiibo actually works for Super Smash Bros. In a way of making like a special NPC, so to say. You make an NPC of sorts here that's customizable. Whenever you put it in for the first time, you can choose what color scheme you want for the NPC to be. I chose the American themed one because I thought that was the coolest looking one. And then it'll ask you to put in a nickname for the NPC. For this one, I thought I would make a pun based on what he looks like. And I was like, I don't know what to name this Amiibo. I actually did go out of my way, and I have, as of right now, all the Amiibo. Right now. And for this Amiibo, I named it Marika. Because, well, he obviously looks like an American Mario, so he's got the American colors and everything. But once you register in it, now you can kind of improve the Amiibo figure stats by feeding it equipment and customize its special moves. What you do, this one is kind of weird because how you actually increase its like damage ability is essentially you have to feed it equipment that you don't use, and increases its stats a lot. And I also was fiddling around with its special moves right here. I only locked a few things from Mario. I equipped this Scalding Flood because I thought that was actually kind of cool. But you can actually change its moveset a little bit. But other than that, you feed it equipment. If you go into your like little bag here that has all the stuff that you have, and you can just feed it to them, and that increases their attack, defense, and speed. And as you guys can see, each equipment affects it differently. You can have one item increase its attack but lower its defense, or one item increase its speed but lower its attack, and vice versa. So you also got to be worried about that. So I tried to make mine the most balanced I could. But this is like my first attempt ever touching these Amiibo figures in game like this. I do, like I said before, I do own every single Amiibo that's out as of right now. It says, but you can only do a couple of items at a time, otherwise your Amiibo gets full and it has to fight a little bit before you can feed it more. But after you do that, you need to place the Amiibo figure on the NFC pad, on the gamepad again, in order to save its progress, so that way it can save the data and everything, like so. That's how you do that in order to do that. But that's kind of how you fiddle around with these things, but I'm going to be doing more than that. I'm going to be showing off what it looks like in game. And not only that, it starts at a level 1. You probably saw a level right next to it. It's a level 1 CPU, and as you battle with it, it levels up more. The max level it can get to is 50, and honestly, like I said before, I think I like the Amiibos. I really do like the Amiibos. They're actually kind of one of my favorite things. I just put the Mario Amiibo on the big gamepad just there, and as you guys can see, he's level 1. The more you battle with it, the better it becomes. It kind of watches you play, and you know, adjusts to your gameplay style. But right at the beginning, it kind of sucks really bad. But this equipment that I had with this Mario Amiibo was, it starts off with a Mr. Saturn item. And actually I learned something the other day. I didn't even know this, but I thought Mr. Saturn was just a terrible item. But I actually learned that Mr. Saturn can actually break shields. That's actually his property, and it's been like that since Melee. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. But I'm playing as Toon Link here, but later in the video, I go back and I start playing as Mario because I figured it'd be better to train an Amiibo with the character that you're training with. So if you had Mario, I would honestly suggest training with Mario. But it doesn't matter. As you guys can see, Mario's already level 3. He kind of leveled up twice already. The more times you attack him, the better he becomes. The thing is, though, about the Amiibo, and I kind of forgot to change it to stock here. It's like, oh shoot, we're not doing stock battle. We're doing a time battle, but that works out just as well. But the Amiibos suck when you first fight them, and that's actually kind of one of the custom moves that Mario has, is that gigantic fireball, and he also has a scalding flood, which hurts rather than push you. But the more you play with your Amiibo, the smarter it gets, and this is actually kind of a very unique feature about these figures. I really like this. These Amiibo get smarter, and like at first you're just beating the crap out of them. It's like, I'm beating you. You're nothing. You're nothing. Hey, you know, you're just like, I don't know why I spent $13 on you. I do not understand one bit why I spent $13 on you. You suck as a figure. But the more you play with them, and the more it levels up, it starts saying, maybe my investment was worth it. Because these Amiibo get to the point where they'll start kicking your butt. Now, like I said before, it kind of, they're really like right there, he leveled up to 6. He like skipped like 3 levels there, but he leveled up really fast. But like I said before, these Amiibo get really smarter a lot when you play with more of them. Usually how long it takes me to train an Amiibo figure, and I only trained this one for the purpose of this video. This took me a grand total of, I want to say, 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours to train up an Amiibo from level 1 to level 50. Now, there's a lot of interesting things you can do with the Amiibos themselves. Is you can kind of train them to be little smart alecks when they play. Or not smart alecks, but like trolls. I actually was really surprised, because normally when I kill somebody when I'm playing Smash Bros, I taunt. I push up on the D-pad on the GameCube controller and I taunt. Well, I didn't know this, but Amiibo actually learned that. And there was like one point during my training session here with this Mario Amiibo that he started taunting me after I beat him, or after he beat me. And I was like, you son of a gun. You can't be taunting. I'm the one that's supposed to be taunting. You're supposed to be just a lowly computer. But it gets really, really hard to beat. And as you guys can see, Mario is still kind of right now, because he's just like, I don't know what to do. I'm just a lowly thing right now, and I don't understand what in the hell I'm doing. But later, after this match, I start playing as Mario, and I turn items off, because that's just normally how I play. I don't really play with items too much. I play with items every now and then for fun, but when I'm playing somebody just for like vengeance sake, I turn items off, because that's kind of cheap to me. Items have always been kind of cheap. That's another thing. You train the Amiibo to actually go for the items. You can do that too. Like that Smash Ball, you can make Mario go after the Smash Ball whenever the Smash Ball appears. But as you guys can see, another thing that is interesting is you can tell what an Amiibo looks like based on the letters that are above its name. You know how normal characters have player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4, and computers have COM over their head. Well, this Amiibo has a different thing called FP, or Friend Player. I think that's what it stands for, is Friend Player. And that's just an indication that that is an Amiibo figure. But, like I said, these things are really interesting, and they're worth the $13. If anybody's like really wondering if these things are worth it, they really are. And, you know, they're good for other games besides Smash Bros. You unlock certain skins for Mario Kart 8. You unlock certain weapons in Hyrule Warriors with the Zelda and Zelda, Sheik, and Link Amiibo, and Toon Link too. Forget about him. You can unlock certain weapons and stuff like that with them. As of right now, Treasure Tracker is going to have a certain thing with the Toad Amiibo that just got announced at the Nintendo Direct earlier. And Mario Party 10 is going to have a lot of things with the Amiibos. So if anybody's wondering if these things are worth it, I'd pick one up. I honestly would pick at least one up. Pick up probably like Mario or Link. They're really worth it, in my opinion. But I actually did go and pick up all of them right now, up to Wave 2. You probably saw the video, not the recent video, just showed off the unboxing of the Wave 2 Amiibos and how hectic this is. And honestly, I gotta go into a little rant here. It's like, even though I really like this concept that Nintendo's doing with the Amiibo, I'm also quite kind of irritated with them. Is because they're like really short supply here of certain Amiibo figures, and are really hard to come by, and it's really annoying to go and go on a wild goose chase trying to find these things. But after you have finished playing Smash Bros with a certain Amiibo and you back out, it'll ask you, do you want to tweak your Amiibo a little bit? And that's kind of what I did here. I kind of gave it a little bit of food, of equipment, like that, and I was just kind of trying to buff it up a little bit. Now, after this, I'm going to be I'm not showing off the whole entire process of this. Good lord, we'd be sitting here for 4 hours. I'm only showing off certain battles and show it's kind of like how it's like going through its training process and stuff like that. Like, I showed the first couple battles all because that's kind of important. And then the next battle I'll show it when it's like in its mid-30s. And then finally, the last battle that you'll see in this video is whenever it's at max level. And I'll show you how crazy good this Mario Amiibo got. Got to the point where when I did a 3-stock battle on it, it killed me before I could even kill it. It knocked me out 3 times before I could even knock it out once. It got that good. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I kind of show you that you kind of want to increase its abilities a little bit. I went for mostly attack, and I also went for not so much defense. I didn't think defense was really that important in Smash Bros. You kind of want to be speedy and attacky. You kind of want to play defensively when you play this Smash Bros. I took that advice from a lot of competitive people I'll talk to. You want to play defensively, but defensively means dodging and stuff like that. In competitive terms, you just gotta watch it. Defense in this one right here, it kind of tells you, it's like, oh well, that means like it can't be launched that very far. I kind of tweaked its moves a little bit. I didn't really like that fire orb. It was just too much, but I did take that off eventually. But yeah, let's go ahead and save the changes here on this Amiibo. Put him on the gamepad, and there you go. It saved it. Now I'm gonna show you this battle right here. This is the level 37 Mario right now. This is kind of getting a little tough for me to even beat him at this point, because this Mario got a lot more powerful, and you could see it was starting to mimic how I was playing. From this battle alone, you'll start seeing it's dodging almost everything that I'm putting in. And not only that, when I'm playing as Mario, I grab a lot. It's starting to grab me a lot. And it's starting to see it's kind of like dodging a little bit. I use the cape a lot whenever the Mario is trying to use its projectiles and stuff like that. And as you can see, this Mario is kicking my butt right now. I mean, like, it's only beginning of this battle, but I mean, like, later it'll just become really trying hard to hit him. And it's really starting to learn how I play, and I really like this feature, and it really makes a good little like sparring partner. If you're trying to like work on your Smash skills, this is kind of the best way to train yourself when it comes to Smash Bros, because you're essentially fighting yourself. This little figure learns what you do and mimics it, and it kind of like tries to mimic your playstyle and stuff like that. So if you're trying to better yourself, there's no better partner than beating yourself. And if you can start beating yourself, then that actually is a good little sign that you're getting really better at this game. And honestly, that's what these Amiibo are trained to do. Now, I've seen actually a lot of videos where people are training like Amiibos. Like, it said, how will Amiibo do this if I just use this move? Like, there was a video I watched that said, will this Amiibo learn how I play if I just spam Thunder with Pikachu, for example? And all this guy did was he spammed Thunder. He spammed down B with Pikachu. And sure enough, that Amiibo started, just spamming Thunder. And it was kind of funny. It's just like they really do learn how how you play, and they adjust to it. And as you guys can see, this my Mario Amiibo, it's really getting finicky when I'm trying to kill this thing. It's at 100 and some odd health, and I can't seem to launch him at all. And he 3-0'd me that fight. And this is just level 37. This is just not... He's not even max level yet, and he's doing this stuff to me. It's ridiculous. Now, after this, I'm going to be showing you max level Mario and how bad this gets. Okay, but we're going to Final Destination. I kind of figured that this was appropriate. I don't know why I picked Final Destination version of Final Destination. It's going to be the same thing. But this is a max level Mario. And as you can see, he's playing really defensively when I try to attack him. I can't even get a look at, like, I can barely get a scratch on him. And I'm pretty decent with Mario. Mario is one of my characters I really play as a lot. And this Amiibo is just schooling me. I can't believe this. It's just like, these things really are smart. And not only that, you'll see this. He'll start edge guarding too. Because when I play with friends, I edge guard and I start thinking, I was like, I wonder if this Amiibo will start edge guarding you. And sure enough, it was. Like, you'll see it, I think, in this fight. It'll try to edge guard me. And it'll try to down spike me, because that's how I usually do whenever I'm playing as Mario. I try to down spike him. But it's really cool that I like these things. And if anybody's wondering, yes, this thing is worth the money that you pay for these things. And see? He tried to down spike me, but I wouldn't let him have it, and he got back. And then, there you go. You see, he edge guarded me. So these things really do kind of edge guard you a lot if you're not careful. And honestly, like I said, this is just really interesting that Nintendo came up with this idea. And I really do like it. It's, in my opinion, this is better than Disney Infinity. This is better than Skylanders. Because for those games, those figures are only good for that one game. At least these Amiibo figures are good for multiple games. And they're worth the money that you pay for them. And they're really cheap. They're only like $13. But honestly, if you're on the fence about this, I hope this video kind of helps you kind of come to that decision whether or not you want it or not. And as you can see, this Mario is just beating the crap out of me. Marika keeps beating the crap out of me. But yeah, I'm trying my best to at least get one KO on this guy. I was just like, seriously? I just want to beat him once. This is getting ridiculous. But, unfortunately, he 3-0'd me. But, yes, I created a monster, for lack of better terms. This thing is really strong, and I like this thing. So, like I said, I hope this video kind of changes minds on a lot of people if they were on the fence about picking these up. These things are going to be working on the 3DS version of this game eventually. They will be available soon, especially with the new 3DS coming out. There is going to have the NFC chip built into the 3DS. But there's also supposed to be an add-on for regular 3DSs so they can read these Amiibo figures. But with that, in the next episode of Let's Play Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, we're going to be taking a look at one of the last modes we haven't covered. And that's Smash Tour. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode. I'll see you guys later.